Hey guys, sorry I thought I had my camera situated, but I'm coming to make a video. I don't know how quick or long it'll be, hopefully quicker than long, but I just wanted to share a little bit of what's been going on with me and an update in my life. If some of you guys have seen my video about raising special needs child and encouraging mothers, parents, caregivers of children or just loved ones that have special needs. And 4 days ago, my special needs child passed away. Or as I say, he put his wings back on. He was 14 years old, and he was amazing. We had a pretty tumultuous life. He went through a lot of things. This is a raw video, so I didn't want to cry. I felt like today I wasn't emotional. And earlier, something told me, my spirit, maybe it was even my son, told me to make a video. And I felt like I could because I wasn't so emotional today. But obviously, talking about it makes me a little emotional. So, excuse me. But yes, my son, he passed. He had gotten sick again, or he had been he continued to get sick. And to give you guys a little background on my son, he was born early. And I will link that special needs video below or above. He was born early. I had him at 23 weeks, and he was 12 ounces when he was born. Spent a long time in the NICU, almost a year. We brought him home on hospice care. We were told that he would not live past 6 weeks. Once we got him home, they gave him 6 weeks to live. They told me that he would have a seizure and die. And as a young mom with this very sick child that has a feeding tube in his stomach, it's not a regular baby, it's a sick baby. I was scared as hell, okay? And I'll just tell you guys, for the first 2 to 3 years, I was scared as hell. Like, I had to get help from other people. Like, my son ended up having a lot of his care being done by one of our nurses at the time because I had no clue what I was doing. And if you guys are ever in that situation, it's okay to not know what you're doing, because you don't get pregnant and think that, oh, I'm going to have a sick kid. No woman gets pregnant, newly pregnant, and thinks that she's going to have this sick baby. It doesn't work that way. We think that we're going to have a healthy child. So when you're thrust into a world that you had no clue about, being ill-prepared and uncertain and confused and ignorant to a lot of what's going on is normal. So if you find yourself in that situation, please don't beat yourself up, because it happens to people that are going through the same things, okay? But we had 14 years. 14 years he stuck around. And I will tell you guys, when he was about 5 or 6, and this is after seeing him go through multiple surgeries, brain surgery, urology, stomach surgery, hip surgery. I mean, my son his hips were dislocated. And I used to call them frog legs when he was younger. So if you have a special needs child or someone that you see that have, again, like I call frog legs, and they're younger, they're babies, they're like 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have these legs that just kind of flop out, that's not normal. And if your therapist says that they can work that out and get them to where they're stable, please go see a specialist, because that could possibly be hip dysplasia. Your child could possibly have dislocated hips. My son's therapist at the time thought that, oh, he just needed braces. No, when we finally got into a specialist, that's when I found out that he had hip dysplasia. Both of his hips were completely dislocated. And I just knew, because I was like, that's not normal, and therapy's not going to help that. So always get a second opinion if you need one. Um, but yeah, my son was completely dependent. He was blind, he was deaf, he could not walk or talk or sit up or anything like that. He was completely dependent on me. And sometimes for me, that was very taxing, and that's normal. Don't ever feel bad about being tired sometimes, because when you are fully responsible, and I mean fully responsible for another person, that can make you tired sometimes, and that's okay. Um, but he was so joyous to me. He was so joyous. And I think about him every day. I still wake up to check on him. Yeah, but he was amazing. And as I was saying a minute ago, when he was about 5 years old, I felt like he really was an angel, just because of how everything that happened in my life during him coming in, and then definitely between him being like 5, like, well, 3 and 13. I was like, he's my son, but I felt like he was God's gift to me to help me get where I needed to be. Because even though my son was really sick and we were constantly in the hospital, constantly doing outpatient, I was homebound because he needed me to be homebound. He needed all of my attention, and, he needed my protection, but he was also my protector. I finished 2 degrees, and I definitely give him a lot of credit for that. He put me on a path of knowing who I was, understanding more about who I am and my place in this world. And I've definitely learned a lot more from him, with him, through him, than I ever would have before. He has taken care of me and countless others. And he can't even talk. But he was that. He did that. And I will leave you guys with these just couple of notes. If you do have loved ones that are sick, and their condition is terminal, prepare yourself just as far as like their arrangements. Look into cost of funeral services and things like that, and what you would want for them, what you feel like they would want you to do for them. Picking out their clothes that they would want to wear, that you would want them to wear, because that was really hard. I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be. The mom in me obviously didn't want that, but the mom in me didn't want to lose him. Because what do you do when you take care of someone day in and day out, year after year, and you are their sole provider? But he's jumping and playing, and he can see now. He's not, he has his vision and his hearing. He can digest, things. But yeah, be prepared. Definitely be prepared, because it's harder when you're not. Thankfully, I knew in my spirit what was coming, so I was gradually preparing myself, and I was communicating with his dad. I was communicating with the hospital, because he was in the hospital before we brought him home, so that he could transition in peace without having all of the constant sticking and poking, and a different nurse every day, a different doctor every day, because I knew that he was tired. My son has fought through so many things, and this time he was tired and he was ready to go. So prepare, definitely prepare. Not to be scared. That is not what I'm saying at all. Don't do that. It's easy to be, and if you do get scared, that is okay. But I'm saying to communicate and think about these things. Sit down with someone that you love and trust, that can help you be strong, you know. And also that can cry with you sometimes if you need to cry, but that can definitely help you get these things done because it's necessary. It's necessary. But I'm not gonna go any further. If you guys are going through something similar and you do need a little more information, or if there's any questions that I can answer for you, I will. And I will, depending on how this video goes, maybe I'll make a follow-up video a month after. But I just felt compelled to share. So I hope that you guys are doing very well. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.